Welcome back to another video. Today we are obtaining famous JoJo abilities in yet another trash game. Particularly in JoJo Part 2.
Ceasar!
The first ability we are obtaining is Caesar's Bubble Hammer. Unfortunately, we've been hit with a data reset, meaning all our stands are gone. Fortunately, we received some reimbursements and got to test out an interesting spec. To obtain Bubble Hammer, we must defeat Wamu, who is hiding in the jungle. He will drop his lip ring upon death, which we can use to obtain the spec. Our spec is no match against this boss. He heals insanely quick, and we can't outdamage him. The ultimate skill does so much damage that it one-shots us. Luckily, our overpowered Game Pass stand survived through the data reset, and we can use it to defeat the boss. Well, that was easy. Best 50 Robux spent. Wamu also dropped a wind horn, which we can use to unlock his abilities. I actually had no idea on how to use the lip pierce, so I used the horn first. The first skill is called Divine Sandstorm. You summon a huge whirlwind in front of you, and damage anybody caught in it. The second skill is called Wind Spear. You summon a mini whirlwind and throw it towards the enemy. The last skill is Atmospheric Rift, which is the ultimate skill. You create a huge whirlwind that damages anybody caught in it. I tried fighting Wamu again with his ability. The battle lasted for an entire minute, but he was still better at using it. After some research, I learned that you must give Ceasar the lip pierce to unlock Bubble Hammer. He was standing next to the tutorial NPC, so I'm surprised I didn't notice him. The first skill is Hammond Bubble Launcher. You form a bubble around you, then spin backwards and fire a bubble beam. You also take reduced damage in the bubble. The second skill is Hammond Jump. It launches you into the air and damages nearby enemies. It can also heal you. The ultimate skill is Self-Destruct. You use your last bit of Hammond to summon a gigantic cross above you. It will crush everybody underneath, including yourself. Those were some fascinating specs. The next one needs us to get a broken part from Okuyasu. Unfortunately, he spawned Jotaro instead. Sometimes I wish I wasn't that lucky. Now we will scale this rock pillar and talk to the stray cat on top. That's strange. We already completed all the steps to obtain the spec, but we still can't talk to the cat. I tried switching to a public server instead, and to my horror, I lost all of my data again. I still tried talking to the cat regardless, but to no avail. Since we cannot obtain this spec, let's try obtaining another one instead. This is the last ability, and it belongs to Cars. We'll need to speak to his vampire follower to obtain this spec. He will ask us to find Cars' other blade to prove his death. After some searching, Cars' blade somehow ended up in the black market, and we need a mysterious capsule to trade for it. At first, I thought it was a typo error, and the trader actually wanted a mysterious flask, but I was proven wrong, since I'm unable to trade with him. There isn't a lot of information on how to obtain this item. We needed to complete the scientist's quest, so the capsule might be hidden in the lab. I searched the lab repeatedly, but couldn't find anything. I nearly thought the item didn't exist, and that I was wasting my time looking for this imaginary item. Then it hit me.
Say, hold up.
There is a parkour course in the lab and it might lead to multiple different areas. Then it hit me again.
Wait a minute.
What if I just turn my screen for a millimeter? And there it is, the third obstacle path leading to the mysterious capsule. To sum it up, don't be stupid. Now that we found the item, let's trade it for Car's blade and give it to the vampire follower. The first skill is Concise Slice. You hold out your blade and charge towards the enemy. Anybody who comes in contact will take damage and be stunned for a brief moment. The second skill is very similar to Sinful's first skill. You perform a handful of slices and deal a decent amount of damage. The third skill has 2 stages. The skill will perform a simple slice attack when used once, and a charge attack on the second. Now we are left with taming the cat. Since I wanted to ensure I got all the new specs, I decided to wait a few days to see if the developer would fix it. These few days would turn into weeks, because YBA updated, and my brain decided to give me a video idea that would require non-stop grinding. But we are back. The game doesn't look any different, but we can now talk to the cat plant. Attempting to grab it will cause you to suffocate in a bubble. And petting it will allow you to transfer it into the broken pot. The first move shoots a bubble towards the enemy and captures them. The second is a defensive skill. You are encased in a bubble and won't take any damage while it's active. The last skill blows incoming enemies away and flings them uncontrollably. It honestly looks like Bubble Hammond 2.0. Anyways, that's it for this video. Making Stray Cat as a spec itself was unexpected, but that's what I like about this game. Unfortunately, the developer abandoned the game a few weeks ago and passed it down to his friend. I hope he didn't abandon it entirely for whatever reason, and will continue making updates. Consider leaving a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any of my uploads. I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.